All right, folks, we're back. Thanks for watching that break. A couple more folks using the codes, and I guess some people buying tickets because the prize pool just got bumped up to $562.31. Some good cash money to be won, and it's worth noting that this tournament does pay out all the way down to 4th place. So the least amount that any of the players we're currently casting can walk away with is $84 US. Nice. But I do want to quickly just make sure everyone's aware, because we've actually been accused of playing favorites and treating foreigners different than Koreans and certain players better than others. But the thing is, we have rules for a reason, and KeeN has actually been given an official warning. You know, you can't play in 2 different tournaments while you're playing in BaseTradeTV events, especially if we reach out to confirm your participation beforehand. So KeeN's been given a warning, and I told him if he does it again, he'll receive a temporary ban. Made sure he understood. He said, yep. So moving on with the day. Spawning here in the top right. Maynard, hit me up. Who do we got?
This is Root Gaming's herO.
And in the bottom left, as the green Terran, it's KeeN. Is that green darker than usual?
It feels that way. I was going to ask you about that, actually.
Yeah.
What is... I mean, I like it, but what's up with that?
I just wish we could get white, man. White and black versus each other would be so sick. It's so slick.
Yeah. White is the
Yeah,
best
I
color.
think white actually looks really, really slick in game. I've been playing with it a lot. I switched to pink recently, though.
Pink is kind of an interesting one because it's almost white. It's like got this. It's almost like an offset white more than it is pink.
It's like a light red.
Then I did I played a bunch of games on stream, and then afterwards I played some co-op as Phoenix, and his stuff looks weird when you pick pink.
There's a
Interesting.
Actually, there's a co-op pink that's not available in multiplayer. It's like this weird, really, really hot pink. It looks super cool. It's almost like a neon pink.
That's the one I had.
Yeah,
Sounds cool.
that's when it gets crazy. That's like fuchsia, or we can get another descriptive words.
Yeah,
but
it's like 80s hot pink, like out of control hot pink. Burns my eye sockets.
Was the 80s known for hot pink?
80s was known for some very
I think
abrasive
hot-
colors.
I was gonna say hot
That is
colors
true.
in general. I think.
Hot
Yeah, hot
everything,
colors
I
in
think.
general.
Yeah. My dad and I used to go surfing together, and I had like a black and gray sort of like wetsuit that kind of looked like seal fabric, and he had a really bright like 80s neon green, pink, and blue wetsuit when he went surfing. He looked like the biggest goober. But then he's like, yeah, but when I'm in the water, I look like a weird flashing neon thing, and you look like a seal, so good luck, have fun with sharks. And I'm like, oh.
You can see color? I'm actually not even sure. They just see the shape of your
well,
board, isn't it?
it's actually not much the color. The bottom wetsuits have like a slick sort of fabric to them, and it looks like seal skin underwater. So
Right.
sharks do recognize that. I learned that.
Yeah.
Ooh,
The more I know.
Jukes.
That's a story. I hope you guys like that story.
The jukes are real. Although
Yep,
he is going to
absolutely.
heal up, so this won't be too big of a problem. Here we'll give him good chase. I think it's, by the way, just to be said, or perhaps it's unsaid, herO is definitely, I think, the favorite to win this series. KeeN is not the worst Korean out there. In fact, he's qualified for almost every single monthly finals we've hosted, including the Corsair Cup on top of the BTSL. Like, he's actually been participating in a lot of things, and to get here consistently and regularly says a lot about his playstyle and his skill. But man, we talked about it before, herO is just like this next echelon player right now. Like, he is so crazy good.
Yeah, and I feel like especially in PvT, like this is probably his scariest matchup. I think when you look at herO, I think PvP is very, very close as well. Like there's the 2 matchups he's incredibly good at. But you know, I've seen someone like Gumiho take him out in recent series, but Gumiho, I don't feel like I'm out of place to say that he's a level above KeeN right now.
No, I think that's pretty accurate. And I did want to bring up Gumiho, because Gumiho seems to be the type of guy that actually can appropriately defend. I mean, you can know what to do, yet have slight differences or just mess up micro-wise, and you'll still die. That's why herO, you know, I'm almost glad that he gets popular, because people like in lower leagues try and do what he does, and like it doesn't work nearly as well. But Gumiho seems to be the only guy that can really fix his style to whatever herO's doing, whereas every other Terran still gets caught off guard a little too often. You know, he 3 1s innovation. You need 3 2s TY. Like I don't know, I'm naming names here, right? But he's a really good player.
That's a really quick blink coming out of him too, which I think is a little bit odd. Zealot charge being cheaper has become a little bit more preferable, and adepts have always been good.
I was about to say the exact same thing. I've seen herO do charge timings on 2 base and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But you know, he's obviously he's on 3, but I kind of expected that to be like a +1 in charge, and then go into like a charge lot army. But he doesn't really have like a buffer for that. You know what I mean? Like something else other than zealots.
So. Well, there's 2 points of view on this, right? Like, first off, I would argue that because of the base layout, like you say it's 3 bases, but really it's like 2.5. There's less mineral patches, there's 1 gas.
Yeah.
Like,
2.5.
all things point towards charge perhaps being a little more cost effective. But I think when you're playing against a Terran player as good as KeeN or as good as Gumiho or anyone else, having Blink just so you have stalkers that can even catch medevacs might just be the value that we see out of this. I don't know what his priority is going to be, but if he is going to attack, like, and it looks like he's getting a lot of stasis traps and he's just ready to defend, not attack, is my point.
Well, the Oracle's about to fly over this Terran army. Does he react in time? 1 Oracle goes down. Does get the tag on the rest of the army, though.
Great revelation.
Especially those Widow Mines. Very, very important.
At least he got Revelation off. And yeah, the Widow Mines, too, especially. And hero's going to have quite the gateway production with a lot more finishing up just now.
This could be so sick. Sets up for the drop, accidentally walks into the stasis trap. There's 2 of them. Does KeeN know?
Yeah, double 9 getting dropped in here. herO doesn't get these mines before they shoot off, losing a looks like 3 probes in total here. Not too bad.
All right, Widow Mines actually end up getting soaked up by the stasis trap. That's still pretty good though, because you want those removed from the equation. Guardian Shield, a couple overcharges, traps in a lot of the Marines too.
Hot pickup from KeeN, saves some of those Marines. The Stalkers do have Blink. They can engage this army for the most part, but Stim makes things a little bit tough. Oh, getting these Widow Mines would be nice for herO. There they are. Nice.
2 more medevacs shuffling on in. Drops in the natural.
And behind this, KeeN's actually taking the more like regular 3rd base. He's in the back natural of herO doing some damage here. Not too much damage. He just got the last Oracle. And hero's moving across the map with a lot of units.
Yeah,
KeeN doesn't have a whole lot of home.
This is really interesting because what he's killed for herO has certainly been good for economic damage, but a lot of probes got pulled. He holds onto the natural, and now as he pushes in, there's not so much as a bunker.
Oh man, these probes coming back are getting minced by these Marines, and this is all about what herO can do here at the front door of KeeN.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of Widow Mines burrow I feel like aren't even that scary here. Stalkers to juke the shots. There's a couple of force fields to keep anything from coming down that ramp. Actually, it keeps the SCVs also from retreating up the ramp. And oh no, is this me?
Who is it?
Maynard.
He's also cut out on Skype. So
oh yeah, he's like all
that makes sense.
He's all frozen. Well, that's a little unfortunate for our good friend Maynard. But while we wait for him to fall out, we'll get him back in a little bit later, of course, guys, at least as soon as we can. Gotta give some big love to Liquidity C. Hit us up with a 35-month resub just now. Or a few moments ago, excuse me. Sorry we missed that. A lot of action going on in this game, but I'm jaded by this, right? herO took a lot of probe damage in those last few seconds. Like, before it was like nothing, then he loses 24. And that really sucks. But KeeN's gonna lose what is not just possibly SCVs, but his natural base. herO didn't actually lose any of his Nexus.
It is tricky, because KeeN does have 3 bases after all, so there's a recovery process. Anyways, the recovery process could be there, and he is like his production's still working.
That was pretty sick.
This guy for the other one, but I was gonna say he saves SCVs too. That's really cool in the medevac. If he actually had mining on his 3rd base and he saved his command center, I'm like you know, Terran Bio can get around a lot with those medevacs, but loses the command center, doesn't have any mining on the 3rd base, is deflected from attacking herO, and while those Widow Mines are gonna pop off again and force herO to use blinks if he really want to, I don't know. I think that herO might just be better off in the. Oh, that was questionable.
No, so I didn't realize his army was so heavily overstimmed, and there just was only 1 medevac to heal it. Blinking in like that and sharing some of the splash damage was actually devastating for KeeN.
Yeah, I mean, it's really tricky to share splash damage with stalkers, with the fact, but it was just enough. You know, the Liberator wasn't sieged up quite then. I mean, the Widow Mines are finally getting cleaned up now, too. That's important.
Yeah. I think some of those very important reinforcement points, but the medevac's going down. The Observer here allows them to remove the Widow Mines, and slowly but surely, herO is starting to run away with this game. Floating close to 1,000 minerals there at the end.
But he won, so...
Well, that's what I mean. He's running away with it so hard, you don't need to spend the money.
Yeah. No, that was well done. herO aggressive at any points in time. Never just let him get across the map.
Looks like we got Maynard back, by the way, so hello.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
Luckily, the game didn't run long.
The net
so...
shot the bed. I hope I didn't lag the game too badly.
You did, but luckily it wasn't like...
I mean...
It didn't really affect the game, to be honest.
It was instantly to the pause screen. The drop screen.
I left immediately. I'm like, I don't want to...
Fair enough.
Don't want to do that
Are
dance.
you all good now? Are you good?
Yeah, for the most part. I'm on long story short, I'm on a high-speed wireless thing, so it's sometimes intermittent during peak hour. So it's like a lot of people use the internet right now.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna get that fly one day.
You already got one.
I got like 2, man. I'm on a roll.
Shit, I'm sorry. God, I'm like, I'm listing half your achievements here. My bad.
I do wish I knew where they're coming from.
Is your door open or something? Like, I feel like this is one of those easy solutions
like
you've left a window open without realizing it.
Yeah, like I feel like I might like tug on it again. Just like I got like a balcony behind me. Like this place is actually really cool, but that's it. I don't have any windows.
Did you say I feel like I might tug on it again? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, right behind me. Right over there. There's a bed. You know.
I'm excited for the Korea vlogs, man. I want to see what the place you're staying looks like. But hey, we actually had a pretty decent donation come in from Whoosh J in chat. I don't know if that's Jay Whoosh or someone else, but thank you very much. $20.31 goes to the prize pool. So top 5 donors as we get here into game number 2 currently are going to be XP2304, Whoosh J, KeeN TX, 47ness, and Tom KD. Thank you guys for helping pump up the prize pool today to what is almost at $600. We're getting so close to the goal. See if we can hit it before the stream's all said and done. But Maynard, once again, sir, would you lead us with some beautiful introductions?
It'd be my honor and privilege to introduce in the top left from Team Dopin. Don't do drugs, kids. This is KeeN.
And in the bottom right, as the red Protoss, he is Roots herO.
herO. Did you think that... am I reading this correctly in chat? You think that Nugget's gonna forget you?
She is a babby. She probably hasn't.
She's a kitten, and you know she's only known me a month and a half. So I'm gone for 2 months. I mean, the math adds up to her not remembering who I am.
Yeah.
No, she does.
I mean, I don't have visitors too often, so like a lot of people haven't seen my dog since it was a baby. When they recently had friends over, and my dog still remembered them, even though he was tiny. So, and he's not the smartest animal in the world, so I feel like a cat would probably remember.
You have a small
dog?
dog?
Meeting.
He's medium size. He's like not huge, but not small either.
I don't know. I always
behaves
pictured
like
you
a
having
big dog.
like a Rottweiler sized dog
I
or
agree.
something.
Yeah,
I mean,
dog.
Yeah, but this, yeah. Ogres have layers. I like cute things.
I want a big dog.
I just remember when I was younger, I always wished like I had like a dog or a cat that was kind of like from the fantasy shows, big enough that you could like lie on it like a tiger type thing, or maybe even ride it if it's crazy enough. But
oh yeah, like one of those anime pet dogs that like is actually like a small horse. And
Yeah.
it's like the best friend taking a
Kid
battle.
can like ride on him. Like,
what was that? Was that the tiger from Aladdin, Raja or whatever, something like that?
Raja, yeah, from Aladdin, yeah.
Yeah. Did she have? I don't think I've ever rode on him though. Because you're definitely supposed
No,
to.
but she did drape herself across him at one point, I think. But
Yeah,
he looked like he could carry Jasmine.
Yeah, I mean she's like pretty skinny. I don't know. I definitely prefer meeting pets that I haven't seen in a long time though, because they can't comment on how much I've grown.
That's where you need to get like those Maine Coon cats that are like
cute.
massive.
Oh man, I would love a Maine Coon cat. Ever since actually getting a not just plain domestic short or long hair, I guess 2 of my cats are half Persian, but anyways, I've always I wanted to get like the other type of breeds, you know? They're so cute, like Bengals.
If you guys don't know what we're talking about, look up like Maine Coon. Yeah, I know that
Big.
it's a funny name, but those are huge cats.
Yeah.
Reaper does die, but he's a really nice scout on the robo to know what direction hero's going in this game.
Yeah, KeeN's got all the information so far. I think he just missed those 2 gateways being plopped down, but he knows about the robo, which is a nice little tech scout there.
And he's going for a
KeeN's
liberator.
going for a liberator quickly. Yeah, really quickly. Said before, medevac as well. Like, yeah, immediately liberator.
It almost feels a little bit cheesy, but I guess what's kind of cool is like if you can get to a base where there's not really the pylon set up like the natural, and just run to focus to the middle part, you can deny so much mining from herO. And because he knows that it's a robo, not a Stargate, it's not going to be easily dealt with. Even if there are stalkers out, like it's still not an easy thing to remove a liberator.
No, it's not. Well, just adepts for now. herO getting his tech up, of course. He said no Stargates and a super quick third. Liberator is just gonna look around. I was wondering if he was gonna bring that tank. Oh, nope, just kidding. There it is. So tank and marine push. Liberator goes from behind. I mean, the Liberator can help protect the marines in the tank if you do think you're gonna be punished. But one of the best ways to deal with this is actually just have an army meet them before it even gets into position. Fortunately, herO not with the biggest army. He at least sees it on the way with the observer. He knows what's coming.
I think KeeN's gonna definitely force at least a pro pull here because there's no pylon covering this mineral line. There's no anti-liberator countermeasure here for herO at all. In fact, KeeN could go more ham than this. He could go cover that entire mineral patch if he wanted to. Nothing herO can do about it.
Well, let's just look around the other base to see if there's any other threats, but it's just the liberator for both sides. This sets up to be really annoying, and herO really can't afford to even pay attention to this right now. Like the stalkers coming through the side are nice. Oh, well, this would have opened the door for KeeN, but he decides to pull back.
Yeah, not feeling too confident about it. I mean, if there was a third base on the way, then, you know, their army can't be very big, and maybe you just get an instant cancel, and then you get out too. But no third base to even poke and prod. I think KeeN was feeling like it'd be cleaned up too easily. I mean, remember, like, it's an okay army positionally with a tank or two, but it's, you know, there's nothing on it. There's no upgrades.
Another liberator heading into the main, getting a little bit bold here. herO does scout it, or at least sees it, reacts immediately by warping in 3 stalkers. Looks like KeeN's target firing down as many probes as he can.
I like that, actually. I like that target fire. Downside is, though, with all these liberators being used the way they are, there's no medevac support whatsoever.
Oh, the overcharge!
Oh, that's really
on the high
bad.
ground.
Oh, God. Oh, no. And herO is getting, like, charge and +1. I mean, he could have a really deadly attack. Really deadly. So many gateways coming down, too. Definitely going to be attacking in. To KeeN, who's going to be still waiting on his stim and combat shields. Only just started.
Damn. Yeah, this charge lot follow-up is going to be really scary. 5 more gateways going down here for herO. Just going to make a ton of units on 2 bases here. We've got to make a third, but he is going to... Well, actually, maybe. KeeN scans this. Doesn't see the gateway count. Yeah, there's that third nexus. All right. So he's just going to have a lot of gateway production here. And KeeN, he's locking it down tight. All these SCVs, whoa, what are they doing? Oh.
Panicking.
Going back to work. Yeah, panicking. Where do we go?
That's what I would do if I was SCV. Like, anything comes near me. Like, even, you know, Wood of Mine doesn't kill me in one shot. Kills my buddy, but not me, and I'd still run away.
If you think about any situation where StarCraft's real and you're one of these units, everything's terrifying. I'd find it, yeah.
True. You imagine just it's not even just like an adept an adept exists. It's the adept like literally just appears in front of you. You're just like, shit.
Yeah, I would sweat blood, shit myself, all of the above. Like it's
just blink, unblink. It's like a horror movie actually if you think about it. Like, you turn around, nothing's there. Turn around again, suddenly it's in your face. And then
yes, you're shooting a stalker, then it blinks behind you and shoots you in the back. You're like, oh my god. You see it in the mirror.
Although I guess in fairness, if you get shot in the back, you probably wouldn't have turned around to see it. You'd be dead.
Well, I'd be wearing marine armor. I'm assuming that I'm like an armored unit.
Yeah, of course. You don't get like one-shot stalker.
Exactly. Rifkin, please. Whoa, this warp it in the main, but KeeN can target fire down that prosum, and he does.
Okay, so that was nice. Getting that warp prism, very good. The adapts are cleaned up as well in this attack. Not working out so far for herO. Hero does have a third base, even if it's not really saturated, which the medevac sees that. He's going to make sure that it's not saturated ever with a Widowmine placed on it.
You know,
I thought that was going to be a lot deadlier for Hero. That wasn't really that great.
I think the big problem was the warp prism getting sniped off was obviously bad, right? But coupled with the fact that he was warping in range of the tank fire, like anything that came out of that warp prism was going to die anyway. So funny enough, by losing the warp in and force canceling all the warp ins, like that may have actually saved Hero a lot of money.
Good point.
Yes, yeah, true. It was a very bold warp in from Hero. I'm not sure he fully expected. I mean,
I feel like that's Hero in a nutshell, though, right? Like,
yeah, no, he's a bold guy. Whenever he plays these games, I'm just like, wow, the balls in this kid, the stuff that he does, the aggressive blinks, the crazy
charge
catches,
lots,
big force fields. Oh, these charge lots though, shredding a lot of that fire.
Funnily enough, kind of. Yeah, the force fields sort of act against him as the Zealots had to try and get around, but they're still alive, and they're still chomping away here, so their base is probably got the lifted. I don't know, it's dangerous, let's leave it like that.
CC gets lifted up here, and only the one Stalker can poke away at it. This Marauder is a donation to the Hero Foundation. But yeah, the CC gets lifted here. Nice move from Hero to deny that base. Meanwhile, his third Nexus is powering away back at home. Nice income advantage for Hero for now.
Yeah, you know you're in a great spot when all three of your Chronos, none of them are on the Nexus.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he has 59 probes, pretty good economy. Not as many as KeeN, but again, all of his workers are mining. KeeN's aren't. They're only just now coming down to the third.
Yeah. I love the Chrono on the tech, obviously, but the fact that he's got the spare for the Immortal production makes this so sick, too, because everything KeeN has, like, okay, Widow Mines, Marines, like whatever, like those get taken care of Storms. Marauders is going to be the difficult thing to chew through without Immortals. But once you got Immortals, Marauders are like a joke.
Yeah. Immortals pretty good against tanks as well, which KeeN does still have a couple of. No, he's actually, I think he's lost them.
Yeah. Okay, it's what he was relying on. Now they're gone. That Marine sacrificed stuff to see the army moving in here, and that's important. I mean, KeeN is already in position, but now he can like mentally prepare. He's trying to get to ghosts, but he does not have them yet. So there's stim forward. I mean, this is a nice move, but you could just lose all your Marauders too. So.
Well,
Widow Mines.
Oh god. Oh Jesus.
Well,
oh, that was cool.
So one of the really big things there was, okay, the cool factor through the storms, but also the Widow Mines took out a good chunk of the charge lots. That made this a possible fight, and KeeN's starting to push this back a bit.
Well, he's losing a lot of SCVs as he does. The Immortals shredding through a lot of these units. 20 SCVs go down. Hero gets cleaned up, but the game... Well, actually, losing these Templars would suck.
Oh, so close to having another storm.
Yeah. Fourth Nexus on the way here for Hero. His army supply pretty dismal right now, but economy still not too bad. KeeN may decide to go across the map and get some hurt on.
Well, I hope he does.
Yeah,
of course, not seeing the numbers that we are.
Yeah,
but
true.
He might just be too afraid of storms. He's got a decent number of Widow Mines, so the Zealots aren't like the scariest thing, but he only has one Ghost.
Well, so to say, he might not be afraid of storms because he has Ghosts now, though. Like, if this was
only one.
He doesn't have a ton of energy on these. Yeah, it's like the Ghost doesn't have a lot of juice on her. I think that's the sorry, that's the male Ghost, not the lady Ghost.
If it was the lady Ghost, it'd be so obvious. I don't even know how you messed that up.
You might identify as a woman. You don't know.
Yeah, Zombie Grub. Jeez.
That's fair.
2017, ladies and gentlemen.
Now who's the asshole?
Yeah, that got turned around.
Charge lots coming in.
But the Widow Mines are good.
Charge lots. Whoa.
Shit.
Hero against the ropes here a little bit. Those Stalkers are not super good against the Bio. Nice storm.
So
he might still hold. Yeah.
This is what I think is kind of interesting about the whole change to charge versus Widow Mines damage versus shields. Like, for those who weren't really around when it was a thing, Charge Lot Archon was more disgusting, I would argue, than Phoenix Adept is today. And Widow Mines were changed specifically to deal with that. But we don't see a lot of Widow Mines after Terran players anymore, so Charge Lots come back in. But when you've got Widow Mines, the Charge Lots get shut down, and that's most of what Hero's invested into this game.
Yeah, please.
GG. All right, well that's gonna tie things up. We're gonna have a long cast at this rate. I thought it'd be over short, sweet, and simple, but We're going to go to a quick commercial break, guys. We're at $567 raise. Type !match arena if you want to get involved. See if we can get closer and closer to that $600 goal. But we'll see you guys soon. Looks like we managed to entice some folks to use codes during the break. Maynard couldn't do the one thing we asked him to do, though. So we're currently waiting on him. Way to go, buddy.
Shamed.
Shamed.
What was the thing I was supposed to do?
Just join the lobby. Just join the lobby before you went AFK so we can start without you.
Oh. Yeah, sorry.
It's all good.
I'm a noob when it comes to these things.
It's all right. Take a drink. That's your punishment.
Wait, guys, which one should I eat?
Left
Okay,
one.
the
Pink.
The pink one.
The pink one.
What a fucking choice, was it?
No.
No hesitation whatsoever.
That was a stupid question.
My bad. My B.
Yeah, we're up to $575 used now. I don't know if there are any codes left, but if there are, use the code BTSL8, guys. It'll cost you nothing. It'll add $1 to the prize pool for free. There were 100 codes made for today, so it's $100. Let's use every single one of them up. But it is a best of 5, and this is still the other semifinals. The winner of this goes on to fight against Gumiho. And with things tied up 1-1, Maynard, take us away.
Yes, sir. In the top left here, winning game number 2 with a pretty sweet game on Abyssal. This is Dopin's KeeN.
And in the bottom right, because Zomgrip's mouth is full of sweet snacks. I got you.
It wasn't, but it's fine.
Okay, then do it.
In the bottom right, speaking of sweet things, it's the Blue Protoss herO.
Hey.
Nice.
Hey.
Nice.
I appreciate your consideration, though. It's actually very light and fluffy and not difficult to eat.
Oh, we get these like marshmallow things over in Korea. I've actually missed quite a bit. Those were yummy. That and the banana flavored things that we tried.
Yeah, I've like I know like there's like huge brands that I'll consistently find, but I feel like of all the things I've ever tried in Korea, the 3 times I've been here, I can never find the exact replica. You know, like I can't find the exact brand, the same store. So I know I've tried delicious things, but I keep getting burnt.
So I know in Korea, by the way, for those who don't know, I guess maybe you've only become a fan of BaseTradeTV recently. Zomgrib and I spent a good time in Korea last year. We were casting the finals for the Alima League and the VSL Live in Busan. It was a pretty good time. But the one thing I learned about Korea that was really interesting was how incredibly cheap everything was in comparison to back home. Like, I remember we got a pretty nice dinner. I got like a ton of chicken wings and stuff, and it was like less than $6 US for like this whole thing. It was crazy. Taxi rides are nothing. The subway's super cheap. So I gotta ask, how? Forget the cost of food and everything else. Just the rent or whatever you want to call it on your Airbnb. How much is that for the 2 months that you're staying there?
It's like $1,000 per month.
That's so fucking good. That's like cheaper than actually living where I live right now.
I was gonna say it's I guess it sounds like maybe that's like normal because like this is like roughly what I was gonna pay if I was to move out in America to like Arizona, for instance. That's why I was okay with it. But when you consider like how much space there isn't in Korea, like type of culture, like this is actually a really nice building with really nice features, and it's like totally worth the money. And usually it is like super cheap to visit Korea. Like the only expensive thing about visiting Korea is the plane ticket. You know, hostels are super cheap and pretty nice, and food is cheap. People actually suggest that if you're, unless you're staying here like super long term, it's actually cheaper to just eat out every day. Like just eat at a restaurant every day. Or like the $4 kimbap places and shit like that.
A lot of Asian countries are actually that's very, very common, I feel.
Yeah,
like in Taipei was the same, Shanghai's the same. Like it's really cheap to eat outside of the hotel, like or anywhere where you're staying.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say I've heard like in Vietnam, right? Because there's like pho. Like it feels like kind of cheap in America as far as things go.
Sorry, pho.
Yeah, like apparently that's the correct way of saying it. I don't know.
It's spelled like this though, guys, which is so dumb.
I call it pho. I call it pho.
Yeah.
No, it's not pronounced like
I'm trying to be respectful.
No,
anyways,
I mean,
it's stupid.
You
are
probably doing it correctly. You're probably doing it correctly.
It's like $1 is what I was getting at. It's like for the same.
Well, she gets noodles, guys.
Like $1.
She's noodles.
Getting like if you guys have ever been to Japan, getting ramen in Japan, like a bowl of ramen is about $1.
So, by the way, best story I ever saw in Vancouver. There's a pho place called like I can't remember. It's something really dumb. It's like faux fuck me
Like
or
a
something
pun.
like that. No, it's just like the Asian name sounds so dumb. Like
Oh.
faux fuck me.
I gotcha. There's like so many puns actually with that word in like America. But anyways, that and like herO I never pronounced correctly.
Oh.
I'm dropping the natural, which herO is
That's an effective
not
one.
that surprised. Like yeah, he's not doing so hot against it.
Yeah, this one's kind of wrecking him a little bit. Oracle
It's-
comes in here, and these three stalkers can deal with this now.
Gets
Now
out of
the
there.
emitter might be revealed, but he had, oh wow, KeeN. He's playing so well.
Okay, so we talked a little bit earlier, like KeeN's not the echelon player that Gumiho is, blah, 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 but he's actually held his own in that last game pretty decently. This game, already some impressive moves, although the medevac is probably not going to get away with too much more. It was still really cool seeing that level of control.
Yeah, KeeN is well that last game I was pretty impressed. I mean, definitely herO made more than one mistake in that last game, so it's not like KeeN was like godlike status, but I was surprised after that storm drop move. I just like how much he was able to rebound and just have way big of an army supply. So to see a single Widow Mine drop just do it that much damage is quite uncommon pro gamer PvT.
Yeah. And this is against, again, somebody like herO. This is not some random, like low-level player. So
No, this is like
impressive.
the guy. For me, PvT, when I'm thinking like who has the best PvT right now, I think herO.
Yeah.
He comes in, gets a tag on the main army, goes in the main, has a turret in a bit of a weird spot, can get some SCVs here before he leaves.
Maybe it's a live play on KeeN's account.
I mean, they do share streams.
Oh!
I think these Oracles are
The
going to
flank-
destined to die, because to go out, they're going to have to go over that weird-ass turret.
Yeah, I think you're right. Oh, Cyclone lock on, actually killing something.
No,
crazy.
Viking,
Viking,
please.
you have one
Viking,
job. There it is.
please.
Bad boy.
Come on now. We got an all-army hotkey user. All right, there he is.
But yeah, the turrets, kind of, for those who don't know, Alive was classically the one who puts his turrets off to the side like this. And the idea is that like you'll catch things coming from here and here with these odd placed turrets that you won't need them in the middle because your army will cover the middle. So it's such a subtle thing, and it sometimes works out really well, and then sometimes looks really foolish. But that worked out pretty well at the end of the day here.
Yeah. Cool. Bit of a tussle in the middle here. Stalker's finding a pretty scary Terran army. She's about to have +1. Ooh, it's like an anti-gateway army. And there's a lot of gateway units, though.
Delicate procedure. Yeah, there's enough units that he could make it work, but he's attacking without Guardian Shield, without any force fields. You know, the Adept on the front lines here. Sounds like a little bit questionable. He's not blink forward. It's hit by that Widow Mine, but he pushes it back.
Blinking forward, chasing down the Viking and the Cyclone as well. It's classic hero here.
Of course,
Nice moves.
no need for Warp Prism when you've got a proxy gateway set up. And that's a lot of charge
Hey.
lots coming into the fray.
Oh,
Well, not
man,
charge lots
yeah.
yet, but charge lots soon to be.
Exactly what he wants
He's
to do, though.
he's lifting up the third and consolidating his forces here.
Oh, wow.
Smart.
Pull back to that bunker.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty similar, like appearance-wise, as the last game in terms of like the attack with the blink stalkers and the later a third base. So calling the charge follow-up was absolutely perfect, and herO best not be relying on the single style of one of the series.
But it kills me because charge lots are really good. Like, hero's not wrong to go for them, right? The thing
He just
is,
doesn't have
it's-
charge yet.
well, it's not only that, but even if he did have charge, he'd just be charging even faster to his death because KeeN's been layering in Widow Mine after Widow Mine after Widow Mine, and you really, like, he's reactoring them out. You don't normally see people continue advancing into this, or excuse me, continuing with the production of factory units in a TvP, but Widow Mines are so, not just good, but essential when you're fighting off Zealot waves.
Yeah. Essential is kind of the key word, because like as much as like Widow Mines seem to just hard counter Zealots, if those Blink Stalkers catch 2 of them walking through the middle of the map and then 2 more get sniped and you got none, the Chargers are back to being like super crazy good.
Well, here come a bunch of
here.
charge lots and there's no Widow Mines here.
Yep.
Force field actually helping KeeN out a little bit here, making a bit of a funnel. But
Does use the
KeeN
gateway.
does pick up, gets that proxy gateway, so slow warp ins for herO if he wants to use his proxy. I mean, KeeN actually knows all about it, so he'll probably pick it up pretty shortly. He's shaving off a few units here before he gets back. There's that slow warp in.
I think
Oh,
the key
get the
thing is
pylon!
he's
Get it!
shaving. Oh, he tries to save it, but he
Yeah.
couldn't. He's shaving units, but it's all for free. Like, there's really been almost no repercussions. He hasn't taken much damage from this. Charge lots coming to the fray, get wiped out immediately. Feels bad, man.
I'm still a lot of stalkers left though.
Yeah, but there's a
Same
handful
rules
of
of
marauders, and I
+1.
mean, marauders and
Yeah.
medevacs do destroy stalkers.
That they
Yes.
do. Not complimented by any immortals. I think that's a warp prism coming on the way. So he's finally getting immortals now, and still upgrading. But really, as the game goes on and Widowmine counts continue to grow, it should be the case that KeeN's army is just better. Hero needs some type of splash, which last game was Storm, and even that didn't quite work out.
And he's gonna try the front door again. That is such a bold blink here. It's like it could be Widowmines. He doesn't know.
Yeah, he wasn't exactly in a position to force load off what could have been the entire army, though. I mean, KeeN taking that base, that was definitely a vulnerable point, and he missed the opportunity. The Liberators get to re-siege, and KeeN
Oh man,
takes a
smacks
pretty
it.
good fight.
Yeah, smacks him back, tasting the rings on all 5 fingers as KeeN backhands hero, and he has to go all the way back home. There's just not a whole lot he can do right now. KeeN's locked it down. He's got a nice Widowmine spread. He's plugging the hole in the natural as well.
I just imagine whoever Maynard's smacking has his mouth wide open.
Yeah.
And then
It's like a sucker punch slap. So it's like, whoa.
Hey,
So
I would never sucker punch anyone. Okay, if I'm gonna punch someone, it's gonna be straight up.
there's an issue that's been going on in this game, by the way, in the back of all this. And while KeeN's been playing really well, his armory is so late. So he's only going to be able to start 2-2, like in the next 30 seconds at best.
yeah. I mean, that was that was before Widowmines really were like the best answer, and Ghosts really weren't, but I guess they could have been. But anyways, that Widowmines like really the best answer. Like Charge Archon was all about those upgrades, you know. For us, we're double forwarding every single game, and it absolutely sucked.
By the way, those 2 Zealots living for so long, that has a lot to do with the +2 armor upgrades they had for that, right? Like, you throw in a Guardian Shield on top of it, and these Zealots are just not going to go down into anything except Widowmines.
I'm still not sure, like, I was trying to say, like, usually upgrades are super important with, you know, gateway units versus bio, right? But I was like, maybe it's not that important because KeeN still has a bit of an army style lead, and his army type should be better if those Widowmines get good connections.
Ooh, please Chrono the Forge. Ooh, hero, please.
KeeN's, yeah. Also, KeeN's looking at for this gold-based kill here. He's got Liberators, which are very, very, very scary for hero, but the Stalkers are looking to pick them off. They're getting a little bit forward here. A lot of gateway units here for heroes. Charge lot reinforcement for the ramp, looking for that bio ball. And there goes those Liberators. Does he have enough?
Oh.
Guardian Shield's gonna help out a lot.
Yeah, it's not reaching the Zealots, though. It's just covering the Stalkers, which, by the way, won't matter.
No.
Disruptor comes in, doesn't get the shot. This is bad for hero. Another Disruptor.
Oh!
Woo!
Spicy beams.
Still won't stop.
Oh man,
Still won't stop.
no. Is there's there's a misfire on the Robo or something? Like an Immortal just came from the back. It's absolutely slaughtered. Like it's so helpful. There's like so many Marauders here. Something to pick 'em, go home anyways. Oh.
I am shocked that hero was able to defend that. That was really impressive out of him, if we're going to be completely honest. That was a fight that was going so badly towards the end. The Immortal Rally, too, on top of that. But the best part is, by defending this base, like, for hero right now, it is like a bank heist, right? Get the minerals and get the fuck out. This is not a base you want to have to contest later on.
I feel like hero actually like MacGyvered that fight. Like he absolutely should have lost that on paper, but he like had a paper clip and a pencil and somehow broke out of prison MacGyver style. Like it's just it's insane that.
Yeah. It's kind of what hero does.
Yeah.
Do they call him that now?
It's MacGyver Protoss.
Well, so one thing he has been doing, and I hope this has been noticeable to everybody, but just in case it hasn't, he's been starting to stagger his Zealots, which I really like. He's realized by just letting them all sort of attack to the front line, he's losing to the Widowmines.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you always hoped, and then you see like 17 Zealots, and you're like, the only chance I have is 2 Widowmines going off on all of these. Oh god.
Oh.
He almost did
big
his
purification
own.
over there.
He almost did his own units with that second one, though. It's a little bit troublesome. KeeN, by the way, finally did get upgrades going, so he's on 2-2, but still hasn't started 3-3.
Yeah, well, I mean, the upgrades are now like super important. Before, when KeeN had what could be argued as a better army type, and worse upgrades but more army, like it was like, yeah, maybe upgrades not so bad. But now he's down in army. The type is he's going with disruptors that he actually doesn't have much of an answers for, and ghosts like they're coming out now.
Oh, that was a good one.
Kill the ghosts. And a bunch of fire, and yes, these Stalkers are EMP'd, but they still are outputting enough damage to push back the army of KeeN.
Yeah, the charge lots can't be dealt with.
That's
GG.
it.
Charge lots are so sick. When there's absolutely no Widow Mines in play, you've got those armor upgrades, you're gonna have a good time. My favorite charge lot thing of all time, though, still goes back to Roddy. I don't even know if there's clips on the internet anymore, but I remember there's a game, and this was a really popular highlight on his stream at the time, where he had 3-3 against a Terran player with like 1-1 or something, and he just literally A-moved and tabbed out of the game to like check Facebook or something, tabbed back in, and he had won. It was already over. Like, upgrades can be brutal.
Yeah. I'm one of those players that prioritizes upgrades very, very highly, and sometimes you get punished for it as well. Like sometimes upgrades are good. Sometimes when you're the guy that's trying to like power up the tech tree really, really quickly, and the other guy makes more army than you, can turn out badly. But apparently the upgrades coming in clutch there for herO, I suppose.
Well, folks, we're gonna go to a quick commercial break here, and we'll see you for the next game in just a moment. All right, folks. I would like to give a big thank you to everyone who got involved today. We are now officially over the prize pool. We had XP2304 once again come in with $21.69 worth of passion.
Oh, shit.
Prize is now $605 even.
Nice.
I'm actually pretty sure, and he can correct me if I'm wrong here, but he's also an Australian.
If he is.
So shout outs to my brother.
Super shout outs. Love me some Aussies. We are getting into game number 4, however, and it is possibly the end of the series. If he can close it out here in the top left, we have the blue Protoss from Root Gaming. It's herO.
In the bottom right, there's the green Terran. It is KeeN.
I like that KeeN has very clearly understood what herO's doing. Like, he knows charge lots are going to be a big issue. He's made consistent Widow Mines. He's gotten to Ghosts. He's made a lot of the right moves. But I think that last game was a good example of, like, herO just outplaying him. Like, I think the chat, us included, were like, how did he defend that gold? And that was just so much, like, herO making, like, the impossible happen.
Yeah. I MacGyvered it, man. It was really sick. It's stuff that separates the men from the boys, or the women from the girls, I suppose, depending on how you look at it. So it was a very, very nice hold there. I'd love to be able to just, I mean, I'm gonna have the replay, and I'd like to watch it again, and look at it in slow-mo or something like that, and just watch how it unfolded.
Yeah.
'Cause it looked like on paper, like if you saw units tab and army positioning, and you were like, oh yeah, the Protoss is going to lose this fight and probably the 4th base, but nope. Kept the 4th base, won the game. herO. Ladies and gentlemen, herO.
herO does that. Yeah, I mean, that wasn't the most impressive game I've seen from herO, but it's like top 5, maybe. The most impressive was just like his use of like pure blink stalkers in this one game back on Belshir, but no, that was pretty good. I'm sure there's a lot of factors that KeeN's thinking of. Like, he probably saw an opportunity to win the game and was like, damn, if only I didn't make Ghosts, which were expensive, if only I continued making Widow Mines instead of, you know, stalling them out for Liberator, something like that. He probably saw an opportunity to win. That sucks to know exactly where it went wrong, not be able to do anything about it. And herO going for a Stargate before Nexus. It's almost already done, and the Reaper was unable to scout it. It does see a bit later of a Nexus, though, I think. I'm not sure if I saw the Mothership Core moving out.
KeeN's going for like a anti-pylon rush opener. He's like getting Marines, a Cyclone up.
Yeah, like automatically. I mean, it's inevitable that herO does this with like one game or another. It's not a pylon rush. It is just the emotion core distracting while the Oracle will try and do something.
It's so important he ran those 2 Marines away. Like, you really do need that 3rd element for damage, otherwise you can't kill this thing.
Oh, that's so troll.
It always looks a little silly to see the Mothership Core just move in by itself, but herO's done this like without the pylon rush, just use the Mothership Core and Oracles, and has managed to like get damage regardless. Like, just pull them out of position at the exact wrong time. Shouldn't be the case here. Just getting whatever it can on the outside. I'd love to look for the Widow Mine before it's buried, but it burrows.
I always keep forgetting, and Fear Dragon reminded me of this yesterday, but Blood Boil has so many extra mineral patches in that back base. And my thoughts on this are brought up to the fact that it's almost comparative to a gold in terms of herO's going to have a lot of mineral income specifically. So if he wants to play with charge lots again, this is going to be the map that would certainly help promote that play.
Well, It's Oracle hunting season. KeeN comes out here. It looks like he may get one of the Oracles. No, not even one.
4 health
Wow.
denied.
2 Oracles biting off more than you can chew there, and KeeN loses all these Marines. Rip. Hero getting a really quick third Nexus. That back pocket base there.
Yeah, quick even I think for like Stargate opener standards. It's like 420 or something like that. No, even before that. It's almost already done. Hey, no, it was before that. Sorry, but the point is like that was super quick. Cyclone shouldn't be able to do very much. There's already units.
Yeah, and that's a real Phoenix, so he needs to get on out of here.
You mean
Cyclone's trying to
Calendar?
engage. Yeah, that's right. Co-op, baby. It's the real man's version of StarCraft 2, guys. Like, don't worry about your 1v1 ladder.
Ugh.
Who really wants to be GM anyway?
I really love
all
that they
about
actually
co-op.
put an upgrade in the game now so that you can become Talendar, and it has no bearing on the game whatsoever. Just a name change.
I actually noticed that. Yeah, I played some Phoenix co-op today, and I was just like, I don't want to be. It's the I don't want to be Phoenix anymore upgrade.
Yo,
It's got
Maynard,
like 50 minerals, 50 gas or something.
although I think it's even cheaper. It's like 25 or something.
Yeah,
But,
and it takes like 5 seconds to research.
have you played the mutation this week?
No, I haven't. No.
So, I went to Korea to test this out. I was so confident because Zombie Grub made this look so easy when we did it. This mutation is so fucking difficult unless you have Widow Mines, then it's a fucking joke.
Yeah, mine.
Or Spider Mines, excuse me. So I went to Korea, and for those who don't know, you have to be at least level 5 to play the mutation. You cannot play it any lower. So I leveled up Nova to level 5, one-shot it. Because Spider Mines are so broken for this week's mutation. So, if anyone's struggling with that co-op, it's a quick and easy way.
You should definitely play it. Like it was fun. Like it
It's
was
crazy.
easy with Nova
It's actually
or
crazy.
Raynor, but it's like I wasn't paying attention for a second, and I didn't realize they would like literally just chomp my command center, and I was like 70% done command center. And I look over and it touches it, and it just disappears. Like it's gone. And I'm like,
Oh wow.
what?
That actually does sound like fun.
If you let it get too far,
Oh.
it's terrifying.
Like Banshee here at the natural base, which is sort of like the front third location.
It's really unexpected to see a Banshee at all in the matchup, so it's not surprising that this was something that caught him off guard. 7 workers is not bad for that investment.
He should be really glad he even got 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's incredible. Like, I feel like Hero spent that 7 probes dying just going, like I did not expect that at all. Mate. What are you doing, mate? What's the Banshee doing here?
Oh, that was
so we
really
have,
weird.
Yeah, so 3 very high energy Phoenixes, 2 Oracles still alive. Coming down here, getting a tag on an army, so he doesn't really want it. So it's a little bit too much Terran.
Yeah, a little bit. The second Banshee went home when like the first one just got absolutely obliterated. But like the delayed Banshee, no one expects it. Phoenix is gonna be like patrolling the tanks, and the Banshee's gonna come in and kill like 20 probes. Just you watch.
I mean, the delayed Banshee was a legit TvT tactic, right? Like, it was always funny watching it actually demolish somebody.
It's it's always very funny. But there's one important thing.
He knows about that, right?
He knows. I was gonna say there's one important thing that the Banshees do though, is that like you can still get medevacs obviously, but you skip what is usually a Viking for this very security. No, why?
Maybe he knows but didn't care, but oh geez, loses it to the missile turret.
I think he thought that it would. Yeah. I don't know why Hero let it loose in this turret.
This is so much Terran here for KeeN, and Hero's in a spot above here. He has to pull all the way back into the third, safety third. He's trying to get Colossus out now. I feel like this is a really good map for Disruptors, but KeeN does see that stasis mine, pulls it off.
See the other one? Oh yeah, it does.
Stasis
mine. Siege range of the pylon.
Yeah.
Oh, is he gonna let the shade finish? Oh, there he goes, lifting up the tanks for the Phoenixes.
That was like a lot of damage Adepts took, and then they weren't actually in the heart of the Marine Army. It looks like it'll still be good enough. Well, maybe not.
Yeah, he hasn't won the fight just yet.
If he splits, he can go to Colossus. We've seen Beyond do crazier shit than this, but he's gonna pull back.
Right. Gonna happen.
Oh,
Still, I thought
all the tanks.
I thought that would be better for Hero actually. The Adepts like didn't quite have enough shade range, and then Phoenix is taking their time picking up those tanks. As it is, Hero still has a 4th base on the way. Obviously, his third was like so fast that he can replace really almost any amount of adepts. He just needs 1 or 2 warpins. And he has the time as KeeN just completely retreats.
Yeah. Retreats with his tail between his legs, gets a little bit of damage done. I mean, they trade, basically. And, I mean, with herO getting his 4th on the way and KeeN not really getting that 4th base location, you know, that planetary at the gold, which a Terran would want at this stage, herO's sort of, like, being a little bit annoying with these Phoenixes here. It's more getting scouting information than any damage, though.
Yeah. 3 is kind of like, I want scouting, and I want to pick up 1 SCV, and also...
Yeah. Like, if an
maybe I'll
SCV tries to
scare
take the
you.
4th base, just pick it up.
Yeah. 5 is the real, like, yeah, you're gonna be really annoying. Like, it's so funny, though. Like, 1 is a fake, 3 is whatever, and 5 is a little bit scary, and then 7 is like, I guess I'm not dropping. Phoenix numbers. I read it.
The first line.
Spoilers, man. I didn't put this together.
All right. This amount of Marauders out of KeeN is actually really awesome for what's in play. We're not quite in the situation where he can freely go full Maru, but I love the idea that he might just at some point be able to drag and drop on top of those Colossus. Like, he actually has such a big Marauder count right now.
It is. I'm so sad that isn't a thing anymore. Like, I wish that it was. And if he does try it, more power to him. But it just isn't. It doesn't. It makes me so sad because that was so cool. It's something that even though a bunch of people were doing it, I myself could never replicate. Even though I know I'm bad, like I'm okay, and I would never be able to quite do the same thing.
Well, they took the unit out of the game, so I don't blame you.
Hey, now. Oh,
Wait.
Adept's doing a little bit of SCV damage.
The
And by a little bit, I
Replicator
mean
was your
10.
protest unit in the beta.
Oh, I was like, what did I mention? What did I mention?
They had just said words, but what were they?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, alright. Well, this is gonna be a base down, potentially? Nah, I start getting the pylons. Okie dokie.
Luckily, the Phoenix count's actually not big enough to really give too much chase to this. I think otherwise you see all these units constantly graviton beamed up. But, you know, there's adepts on the other side of the map. While the Warp Prism was taken care of very early. He still loses
So many
20
medevacs
SCVs.
are dying, man. And the medevacs are actually dying on the retreat as well, to these Phoenixes. And medevacs kind of keep the bio viable. It's not a ton of them right now. herO is going to bat on the... He's got a good Colossus count. He's got a lot of gateway units. He's going to try and make this work here.
He is gonna have 3 attack to 1/1.
Oh,
it's a lot of Vikings. Uh-oh.
That's kind of brutal. That's kind
Well,
of brutal.
I look at that more for the Stalkers, right? They're going to pick those Vikings out of the sky like nothing. You're not going to have to waste 3 or 4 shots when each Viking gets volleyed down one at a time.
Oh my god, 5 Colossus.
5 Colossus.
Oh my
everything
God.
is better defending from the like. Oh my god, plus 3 is so harsh. KeeN is like in the worst position to take this. Like, he needs so many Vikings, and he needs to kill the Colossus before they even touch his army. I mean, he's got plenty of Marauders. They take a beating, but 5 Colossus is 5 Colossus. Like, they need to die first.
Yeah, and herO's doing a really good job at zoning out the Vikings as well. Gets a tag on them even. Make things even easier.
Oh, I just
Having fun?
discovered the worst emote combo you could do in chat. You do ace above ace K above ace W.
Wait, what's the first one? Ace E?
Ace-
Oh no.
So gross, panics. Which one have you done?
It's gross. Thank you. Oh boy. herO is just, I mean, the army supply isn't really that bad. The upgrades are, no, they're not even evening out. Actually, they're just they're so terrible for KeeN, but KeeN isn't dying. It gives him a chance, gives him a little bit of hope, but herO is really running away with the game. Good EMPs. That army was all types of together.
I love that he doesn't
Yeah.
even bother with the Vikings. By the way, the Stalkers actually choose to take the fight in the front line. He knows the Colossus are going to go down. There's nothing he can do about it. So he uses everything he can to try and win the ground fight.
Yeah. Oh god, there's attacks in the main base going on as well. War Prism alive.
Oh, it's
For the
charge
quick
lots.
reinforcements, Zealots coming
My
in from
God.
behind.
Game's so over.
The
herO
ghost death sound was so loud.
Yeah, is a very boisterous voice actor for that ghost.
GG.
I like that they're like, what's the quality of a ghost? It's death sound.
Silent. It's
So when they-
silent. It's deadly.
No,
It's
the
like a
death
fart.
sound. So when they made the woman ghosts, they're like just increase it tenfold. Everyone will
She's
love
just
it.
like, ah! That's what it
Not
sounds
love
like.
it.
It's amazing.
That's
It's amazing.
exactly what she does.
Yeah, that's what she sounds like when she dies.
Oh, by the way, before we go to break, XP2304, this wonderful gentleman, he threw in a couple of little donations, trying to figure out what he was doing. It's because he wanted to even out a $100 total contribution to the prize today. So we are at $648 raised in prize money, thanks to you guys, but
God.
mostly him. That's $100. That's awesome.
Very good.
We should give you something more than a pat on the back there, buddy. That's just incredible.
Oh boy. Well,
I accidentally just learned how to do strike through on Skype by mistyping to Beal. We're gonna go to that commercial break though. We got the grand finals coming up, and we'll see you guys soon. Yeah, the whatever they're called.